Hey guys and girls, and welcome to my new series. So this is going to be me playing Don't Starve Together alone, right? The irony, huh? The cool thing about this is actually I haven't really played much Don't Starve Together. I've played quite a lot of Don't Starve, so I know pretty much everything about the game now. But Don't Starve Together is probably lower on the list of my knowledge, and I don't know anything about the new update. Like, I've seen it, heard about it, but I don't know what's been added. I don't know what it changes in the game or anything. That suspension shirt looks great. Right, let's go with WX78. So wow, I don't know if this is going to be more difficult. Most of this playthrough is going to be me discovering things, so if you're not up for that, I apologise, but I won't be able to do a proper playthrough until I actually have learnt the whole of Don't Starve Together. And for those of you wondering, I am currently still working on my shipwreck guide. It's just going to be a little bit longer at the moment. I had a setback on my YouTube, as you've probably seen, which I will not go into too much detail of here. But anyway, and let's just get to the basics of what I would usually do into a Don't Starve game, and I'll go from there. So we kind of have the collection stage here. I do think there are more creatures that have been added, so I'm going to need to be on the lookout for those, because as soon as I see them, it's going to be like playing Don't Starve all over again and not actually knowing how to interact. And by playing Don't Starve all over again, I mean from the beginning. Because back when I played a few days with Keanu on Don't Starve Together, before this update was out, there was a few creatures there that were new to me, that I hadn't really seen before. Which, speaking of... Okay, well, this is new to me. Juicy berries. Interesting. I love finding new stuff like that in games. I was also thinking of doing a few other playthroughs of other survival games as well, to mix things up a little bit. And I mean, Don't Starve Together kind of comes within that category, because it's a lot different from the original Don't Starve. Although I am taking quite a bit of that out with actually playing it solo. I also have the minimap, if some of you have noticed, which I really like. It kind of saves me from having to keep opening them again. What is that? What is this? Carry? Suspicious marble. Okay, well, I mean, I guess this is a thing, but I'm not gonna walk around with that on my back that slowly. I figure that's something that will be needed later. Like, is there actual objectives now? It's interesting. Anyway, it is closing in towards night. I think enemies are harder to kill on this, mainly because they obviously expect you to be playing it with more people. But as I said, I do not really know. I'm just going to run around the edge and hopefully come across one of my favourite biomes. My deciduous forest or the desert. I guess building a base in the desert isn't the wisest of things to say, but I don't think it should be too bad. I feel like this is kind of a dead end here, but I will just run around it nonetheless. So, also, the other series I was doing, the kind of challenge discovery series, I will be bringing that back at some point. It's just with me focusing on doing the guide and focusing on this series, I'll probably be a little while before I start getting back into that. But this guide's been very complicated to make, if I'm honest. I think I spent quite a bit more time on it than the last one, because I don't want to make the guide as long, so I'm trying to cut out bits that aren't really necessary and such. And I will make a channel update at some point explaining like everything that's going on with the channel, my absence recently and other stuff. But at the moment I'm basically just trying to make small talk while I just go around discovering things. But yeah, a nice new world, fresh start. And hopefully I won't start setting up an underground base again. And I do have to say that the last series I did for Don't Starve ended really, really stupidly. Like, if you haven't seen it, I basically just jumped off the boat before it became nighttime. Just to, I don't even remember what I was doing. I think I was collecting food from the merms. And then my torch ran out or something like that. And then I went to run back to my boat and I couldn't craft the torch because merms were hitting me. And yeah, it was a mess. Hopefully, I don't make any mistakes that stupid this time. I don't plan to. And I'm getting a lot of berries as well. I'm hoping they grow back. Like, I do remember reading something about a disease back when I did play this with Keanu. I got a comment from somebody. Sorry I don't remember your name as of this moment. But telling me basically about the disease in Don't Starve Together and how to watch out for it. And speaking of needing torches and pulling stupid mistakes, I actually do not have anything other than this. I mean, that's quite a big stupid mistake, right? It was M, right? Yeah, I couldn't remember whether it was M or tab. Golden rocks. They actually have the little rock symbols. Oh, that's nice. And I should have grabbed some more grass from over the other area. Unfortunately, this is going to go to waste now. How many rocks did that take? 12? Wow, I surprisingly had quite a lot then. I just need a 1 grass. That's going to really kick me in the ass later down the line. And I don't think there was any new biomes. I might be wrong, but as far as I can tell, there wasn't. The setup stage, I guess, can get kind of repetitive with this game, but I really do like the exploration stage. With actually trying to find everything. Oh, we got another one of these berry bushes. And some graves. Interesting. Okay, so a mistake was made there. I just paused the game just to look over my recording footage, and I realised it Don't Starve Together. It doesn't actually pause, so I just skipped a bunch of the day by mistake. See, I'm already making rookie mistakes here. Not my intentions. I promise. Right, here's one of our little grass geckos. Isn't it that grass isn't really in that much of an abundance in this game? Or something like that. And also that you can't get berries from normal bushes, you can only get from those tall ones. And there's some disadvantage, but I don't really know what it was. Some vultures and obviously a lot more grass now, which is nice. There's a lot of golden rocks, but I don't feel like I have the time to go around mining them all. I could check the side of this. What was that? Is that the sound that they make? Because it sounded like wolves. I mean, at first. I do really like what Clay did with Shipwrecked. how they took the whole game and basically made a completely different version of it on islands. And I would love if they did something else like that, because, I mean, this is all fun and cool and stuff to expand your knowledge on the base game with extra, but I do like the idea of making completely new areas. Yeah, those are the sounds the geckos make. Fuel reserves low. Yeah, I am running a little low on food here. I guess I could make a campfire, right? I do need an umbrella at some point because, well, I'm playing WX78, so that's the thing. Let me just cook up these. I hope they're like the same as normal berries. I don't know, that seems to heal more. Wow, that heals a lot more. That kind of makes me think that they don't grow back now. Interesting. Because, yeah, the last time I played this game, it was basically exactly the same as normal Don't Starve. But now they went and changed it up a bit. And made it a bit more easier to get stuff for if there's multiple players. I was also thinking about doing a Don't Starve Together stream, which would mean I would add people from the stream who were watching just before I started. But also that would mean that I'd actually have to start streaming, which I was thinking about, but I haven't really done it properly before. Every time I've said I'm gonna sort out a streaming schedule, I've never really got around to it. Oh, nice. Oh wait, yeah, I forget. It just doesn't work the same, does it? What the hell? Oh, that was my present, but the suspicious marble, I thought it moved or made some sound then. Luckily not coming across any deadly threats that I don't know what they do just yet. No doubt, knowing my luck, I will start building a base, settle in nicely, and then something will come along that I have no clue how to deal with and just destroy me. Like the first time I came across the Deerclops, quite a while ago now, I was playing as Wolfgang at my base, and I started hearing like roars in the distance. I had no clue what it was. Ooh, beefalo. That's nice. Probably want to build my base somewhere around here. But I heard roars in the distance, and I had no clue what it was. And the next thing I know... Whoops, just hit my mic there. The next thing I know is the Deerclops just turned up and started destroying my base. And if I had a clue what the Deerclops was, that wouldn't have happened, because I would have ran away first. But it's just little things like that that I mean, like, if I don't actually know what something is, it could destroy my base completely. I don't know if they've added anything like that to this game. But if they have, I feel like it might be my demise here. So if you guys have any tips for me, just leave them in the comments below. Because I'm planning on not looking at the wiki through this playthrough and just listening to what you guys say. And hopefully it'll make it a bit more interesting and interactive that way. Because that's the aim I'm trying to make with my channel, is try and make like a nice little community. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Let's burn this forest down. Let's have some fun. Yeah, I mean, I didn't realise you would burn a mushroom hole, because I wouldn't have done that if I knew that that was the case, because, I mean, I really did like the fact of knowing I had some mushrooms around. Yeah, these actually go stale fairly quickly. That's slightly worrying. Does that mean that food goes stale quicker? It's not really a problem for WX, but I find it interesting. Alright, so I kind of want to collect everything worth absolutely anything in this area, because it's going to be gone in like 2 seconds. Maximum carrying capacity, so hopefully this area here should stop it from spreading. If I take another look at the map, I could probably tell if anything nearby is worth settling near. So yeah, last time I did play this with Keanu, they were actually just normal berries. Like in these places, I mean. Wait, is there not a third one? Oh, I've got all three. There's a pig versus thingy thing here. No, I know you're hungry. Oh, come on. Oh, a mandrake. That's nice. I'm not going to pick that up, just because my inventory is pretty much full. I mean... I'm making assumptions here, but... if this isn't the case, I'm just going to drop it and... No? It's useless rubble. Okay, well, I guess that's not the case. Or maybe I'm doing something wrong. And, yeah, actually, these roasted juicy berries are pretty much completely depleted already. Let me just drop these, and I'll take the mandrake. Not that. Pick up the mandrake, thank you. And I'll take that with me, and hopefully soon I will have found a place for a base. Also, if everything sounds different, like mouse, keyboard-wise, it's because I've got a new setup, which I will probably go through in my channel update video. So I'll stick to my Don't Starve talk here. Right, let's have a look up here. If there isn't anything interesting up here, I'm probably just going to turn back. Because I'm not going to head into a swamp whilst I don't have any, like, reassurance. I also don't know if you can just revive yourself over at that spawn point. Like, I don't know if that makes everything just less Don't Starvey, or if that's not a possibility or anything. I mean, I looked at the survival, wilderness and endless modes, and like have no safety net or have infinite respawns. So I think it's probably just going to have a penalty every time you respawn through it, which I don't mind, to be honest. You get extra chances, but each time you have a disadvantage. But I couldn't really tell as of yet, because I don't know. So heading just around here, I'm just going to see if there's anything worth settling near, because I am near the beefaloes, of course. At least head down a bit, and then I am. I don't think a swamp's too important to settle near. But the big ones I was looking out for were the deciduous biome and the desert biome, of course beefaloes as well, but they're just a nice bonus to have nearby. They're not necessary. Well, they are kind of necessary early game, but as you go on, not so much. I mean, there are other ways to get manure, so it's not the worst. Let's head down here, just because I am closer to the beefaloes if I go this way. 4 bits of rock. So these things decay insanely quickly. That's pretty bad. Also, this disease is something I'm going to want to watch out for, because as I've said like a million times already, don't know anything about it. So that could destroy me. But I don't think I really want to settle down until I have the lay of the land, really. Unless... because there's a difference between, like, when I made my guide and I knew what I was doing and where I was going, etc. And what to build near. I guess it's not too much different for this, but there are a few differences which might mean I have to play this differently. So that is something I'm just going to need to be a little cautious of. And I know there could be some cool stuff up that area, but it is by the looks of it, a branch, which isn't too good to build up on top of. And if I am just running by things, it's because I want to get the area discovered fairly quickly. Without stopping to pick up green mushrooms, etc. And damn, this is a pretty big forest. I don't feel like forests are ever really worth settling in unless you just want an abundance of wood, because after that there's not really anything left. I guess maybe pigs. If there's a pig king area at the end of this, maybe I'll settle there. I mean, here's our pig area that I was literally just speaking of. There's 9 berry bushes, so that might make it worth it. 9 grass, which is going to grow back. Spiders nearby, so we can have endless resource fights. It's not the king pig area, though. There are some carrots, there are some berries. I could build the base sort of a decent distance away, so I'm not too close for the full moon strikes. But I don't know, I feel like that would be a really good place to build the base. I'll just check down here. Oh, wow. Okay, so here's my deciduous biome, and here is the Pig King's place. And, oh my god, that is a lot. Okay, so I think I found my base location here. As I said, I was looking for the deciduous biome, which I have just found. I kind of want a good, decent range on the area I have, though. So I feel like maybe building here? I know I'm half-arsing my placement, but it is pretty much nighttime. So I ought to be careful. Let's get this science machine down. Let's have a look at our present, shall we? Ooh. I can't use now. I'm guessing because I don't have a backpack and that's just a skin for a backpack. That's purple, so I'm assuming that's rare. Me likey. Right. Survival. Let's get ourselves a backpack. Let's get ourselves a red striped, purple text, green backpack. There we go. Now we just don't look like we're going to school whatsoever. We just look like a kid who's ready to go to school.
Hit the lights.